We are going to talk about your home office, how to stay on task, some strategies that you can use to do that as well. I started my online business in May of 2021, and I've taken a few different turns here and there and shifted my focus a little bit, but it's all been how to build an online business through marketing, through creating content, through social channels, through all that stuff. I have learned some tips and tricks along the way to stay focused, stay organized, not get overwhelmed, because it's very easy to do. You think that as you are purchasing the things that you're learning from, you think you have to like consume all this stuff and spend all these hours every single day, and you can get burnt out really quick. And when you get burnt out, it's from being overwhelmed. And when you're overwhelmed, you get burnt out. And when you get burnt out, you get overwhelmed, you walk away, productivity goes down the toilet, and then you've spent another day maybe watching a terrible Netflix series or a really good Netflix series. It really depends on where your go-to is. But the goal is, when you start an online business, is to work smarter, not harder. I don't know about anybody else, but I did not choose to work from home, work for myself, so I could be putting in 12, 15-hour days. It doesn't mean that some days are not going to be long. It doesn't mean that some days you're going to have to get busier. It doesn't mean that as your business grows, you're going to get busier. However, if you're able to start off in the beginning with having some really good strategies, really good self-discipline, and really good actionable items, then you'll be working smarter and not harder. I am very much a fan of working at maximum for as simple as possible. So one thing I've learned in the working for myself for going on 17 years, June of this year, June of 2013, will be 17 years since I opened the doors to my own brick and mortar. So I very much had to learn ways to maximize my time, to make sure I was being efficient, to make sure to not get burned out, ways to stay focused. And over the years, I have found different methods that work for me. I am not a huge fan of a lot of electronic systems, only because I've yet to find, and I think I found one, but I've yet to find a single system that houses everything I need and then streamlines my process. I did recently buy into one, and I honestly haven't even started the training on it yet because I've just have the time to devote for it, and I don't want to piecemeal the training. When I go through that, if it's something that I love, I'll definitely let everyone know what it is. I'm not an affiliate for it, but you guys, maybe I will be someday. I'm not really sure if it even offers an affiliate program, but I like simplistic. That doesn't mean that I'm not willing to work hard. I am willing to work hard. I just don't want to work 80 hours a week. And I don't think anybody started their online business to work 80 hours a week. So I have some strategies here for you. There are different ways, depending on how your brain works. There are different ways that different tools that you can use. However, the structured format is pretty consistent for a lot of people to maximize your productivity in the time that you allot for it. I wanted to do a demonstration. First and foremost, when you are starting an online business, you 99.9% of the time are working from home. That's the beautiful thing of an online business. Maybe you're working from your car. Maybe you're working at the beach, like I know some people like to do. Maybe you are traveling a lot. Maybe you have family out of town and you're traveling, and you're working from your computer, tapping into the hotel Wi-Fi. Whatever it might be, it doesn't matter. But probably a good percentage of the time you are working from home in an area in your house that you have set up as your workspace. So number one thing, set up your workspace so it's distraction free. This is for those of you who were here on Monday, some of it is a little bit of a repeat, which is fine. Repeating is good. So this is my little workspace, but this in front of me, what you can't see is my bedroom. It's not a very big space. It's a tiny little bedroom. Doesn't really matter. You don't need a lot of space. However, even though this is my work area in my bedroom, I can shut the door, and this is private, distraction free. I can put the dogs out. I don't need to have them here. They usually hang out with me during the day, which is fine. They're not a distraction. They're usually just sleeping. But you want your desk area to be clean and efficient. You don't want to have, my desk is actually a little too small for me. I find I'm constantly moving moving things around in order to be efficient. And that's just because of the equipment that I have. Like I have a tripod over here with my phone on it so I can go live on another platform. I have my light, I have my computer, and it's a little tiny workspace. In an ideal world, I would have a nice spacious desk that was like L-shaped. Then that way I could move over here, do some stuff, move back over here. But I don't have that. So I make the best of it. I make the best of what I have. You want to make sure that your workspace is as free and clear as possible from any distractions. If you are working and you're on your laptop working, unless you, like myself, have children, I have 2 children, so I do want my phone available to me in the event that my children or their schools need to get in touch with me. However, on my phone, my ringer is never on, and none of the notifications for any of my social media stuff comes up on my phone. I have all that stuff turned off. So even though my phone is next to me, it is not a distraction, because if one of the schools call or if one of my kids call, their name will pop up on the screen. And then there's nothing else popping up on the screen before that, or in addition to that, or whatever. I'm not seeing or hearing ping, ping, ding, like any of that stuff. None of your sounds that you may have turned on. I don't have any of that stuff. So my phone is not a distraction. I would encourage you to make your phone not a distraction as well. You don't need to be checking your IG messages. You don't need to be checking your iPhone messages. You don't need to be checking your Messenger, your FB Messenger. Like, you don't need to be checking the newly subscribed YouTube thing that went on there, right? You don't need to be doing any of that. There's a designated time for that. So get distraction free. Get comfortable. I recently just bought like an actual office chair, because originally this little nook that you see was supposed to be like my quiet reading nook. So I had a nice, comfortable living room style chair, and it has elephants all over it. Elephants are my spirit animal. Love elephants. Ever have since I was a kid. If I could ever come back as an animal, I'd want to come back as an elephant. Beautiful, loyal, smart, intelligent, all that stuff. Get yourself a nice, comfortable chair. Have, if you like scents, you want to tap into all your senses, I have a candle going on my bureau over here. I also sometimes will light an incense. So my workspace becomes, like, I can smell it, like my workspace becomes mine, and that triggers me to be productive. So you can do that as well. I have a window right here, a beautiful peace plant. So my space is my space. I'm distraction free. Have something to drink. I love my green water bottle. It comes everywhere with me. So what else is important when you're taking back your schedule when you work from home and to be productive is actually create a schedule. And this is what I wanted to show you. I made reference to this the other day, and I actually just wanted to show it to you. So make your work schedule. If you're going to take a piece of paper, divide it into 8 sections. Each of these one sections is going to be 15 minutes. So you are going to allot 15 minutes to that task that you put in that section. Maybe first thing in the morning. So let's see. So when you have an online business, you have to check and create emails. That probably doesn't take a full 15 minutes. Maybe it does. If you're using short form videos, you're going to create your short form videos. Maybe you want to do some reading. Maybe you have some new training or some old training that you want to review and go over. People that you are talking to, you're going to be having conversations. You want to check in with them. You want to continue to build that relationship. And so go back to those conversations or start conversations. And then in your workday, you will have if you're doing a Facebook group, which everyone here on Facebook is doing. So maybe you want to spend some time creating your next training. And then, so let's see, emails, videos, reading, training, conversations, create next training. And then let's see, maybe put return messages. And your schedule can change as things change. So you have 15 minutes to do training. I put 2 things of training on here because I recommend you do 30 minutes a day. So here's what your day can look like. If these are your business non-negotiables, these 8 things, that's 2 hours of your day allotted for your business. If you find that you need more than that, find out why you need more than that. Are you getting lost down rabbit holes, or does the task actually require more than 15 minutes? So if it does, restructure your day. However, if say it doesn't take you 15 minutes to create your email and respond to emails maybe that people have emailed you. Say it doesn't take you 15 minutes. Say it takes you 7. Do not take that leftover 8 minutes and do something else. Take that 8 minutes and get away from your business. Go grab a drink of water. Go grab a snack. Go do something like this. So in this 2 hours, 15-minute segments. So say you give yourself yourself a break in between, going from a 15-minute task to the next one. Say you need to get up and change your scenery. So then do that. You don't need to factor that in on that sheet of paper. However, factor it into your daily schedule allotted time. So if you're going to start your day writing an email to send out to your contacts and then checking your emails to see if you have to respond to any. If you're going to start your day that way, then do your daily schedule, whatever time you start your day. Allot yourself those 15 minutes. Set a timer. There's Pomodoro timer that you can put on your computer, and you can set it for however long, however short you need. But when that timer goes off, you are done with that task. Have pen and paper next to you. Write a list. Keep track of where you left off or whatever. Because if you're spending 10, 12 hours a day on your business, you're actually really not. You're getting consuming. So you're getting down the consumption-itis hole. And spending 3 hours on an app watching other people things is not working on your business. That is, you're still consuming. Find a different way to consume, whether it's a conversation with someone, non-business related. So honestly, when you're starting out, 4 hours a day is plenty, because if you try to do any more than that, your brain becomes mush. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't spend more time than that catching up with people that are your friends online, having great conversation, right? You can spend your off time doing that. But if you're just consuming all day, you are going to get mental fatigue. You are going to get burned out. You are going to stop, and your business is going to suffer. And when your business suffers, what does that mean? You generate no income. Everyone's goal to build an online business is to generate income. That's without being said. So designate workspace. So when you structure out your work day, pretend that you're going into the office. Have your lunch planned out, or at least have the things available in your kitchen to be able to make a lunch. Give yourself a half hour, 45 minutes, an hour for lunch. No screens, no phone, no computer, nothing. Unplug. Take that time. Enjoy your lunch. Don't just shovel food while you're watching a training. Be mindful of your lunch. Be mindful of your time. And don't forget to structure in some breaks. That's really important. Create a daily to-do list as well as a weekly to-do list. So that's why keeping track of what you weren't able to get done in that 15-minute block is going to be really important to start where you stopped tomorrow. So if you only returned 6 emails, leave all the rest of them unopened. That way you can go back tomorrow and you can start with those unopened ones. You can read them and you can respond. That's an easy way to do that. There are different systems you can use to keep if you're using Messenger as a form of conversations, there's different systems that you can use, products that you can use to keep that stuff organized. When you find yourself getting busier and busier, it's going to be harder to keep track of where in the conversation you are with your customers, clients, leads, contacts, whatever you may want to call them. It's going to get harder and harder. If you're talking to 25 people, it's going to be really hard. Like, you don't want to keep asking people the same question over and over again. You're going to lose them. They're going to get frustrated. They're going to be like, I just answered this yesterday. I know I do that. If someone asks me, hey, how's your business going? And I answer it, and then they come back and they're like, hey, how's your business going? They're done. They're out of my conversation list. They're off. Goodbye. See you later. Because that tells me that they're not interested in actually building a relationship with me. Even if their goal is to promote something, they're not interested in building a relationship with me. You don't need to be best friends with everyone, but you want to feel like the person you're having a conversation with values you. And it could be a quick 5 message back and forth thing, but if all they're asking you is the same thing over and over again, you're going to lose them. As you get busier, there are products that you can use to keep all of your messages coordinated. That's really important. And setting goals is important, because when you set goals, your goals are going to be your daily action plan on your process, which brings you to your larger goal, which is your end goal, which is your business, which is steady income. That's why everyone wants to have an online business. Everyone's online business might look different, but everyone who's building an online business, they want their process to be fluid. So if you set goals and you know exactly what your process is, and things are not, end result is not being met, then you know where in your process is like a wonky link or a broken link. So then you can go back and fix that. So it's important to have those goals. Daily action goals set you up with micro wins. When you complete a task, it feels good. So they're like, yes, I did that. Now I can move on to the other one. There are things called SMART goals that you can do, which means they're specific, measurable, achievable, and realistic and timely. If anyone is interested in a SMART goals planner, information on a SMART goal, all that stuff, reach out to me, let me know. I have it on a Google Doc. Be more than willing to give it to you. You can use it. It's a strategy that companies use. It's a strategy that is pretty well known. I don't personally use it, but it is a really effective tool, and I'd be happy to share it with you guys. So when you're spending your day, take advantage of different time management programs. If you find it difficult to manage your time, one of the best ways to do it is, again, a timer. The Pomodoro timer is one that is pretty well known. You can have it right on your phone. You can have it right on your desktop. You can set it for however many minutes that you want. I recommend 15-minute increments because I think for the most part, most people after 15 minutes, forget it. They're off into, what do I need to do? Oh, I need to do laundry. Oh, I need to do this. Oh, I need to do that. You've lost them. So 15-minute increments. And again, that's why this 15-minute increment tool is so effective. You can do yours on a whiteboard. You can do it digitally if you want. Make sure you're mindful of your decision-making skills, and that goes towards time management. Make sure what you're doing is what you actually need to be doing. You want to be doing strategies consistently that are business building strategies. Maybe you heard someone say that they do something, right? But that's a next level strategy that your business just isn't at that place yet. So make a note of it. Make a note of, when I get to this level, like, there's this tool. So again, there are many tools that you can use for different things in your business. There's complex tools. However, your business may not be at the point where you need all of that complexity. You might be in the beginning of building your audience, building your tribe of people. When you're just in the beginning, you don't need all that complex shit. You don't. It's a waste of time and it's a waste of energy to try to figure it out. However, when you start to get busier, those more complex programs, especially if they're all in one, make your life a lot easier. So don't go big too fast. Recognize what is something that is a strength of yours. So if a strength of yours is conversations, make sure maybe on your 2-hour thing, I have conversations over here. So I have conversations here, and then I have it right here, return messages. So this could be, you're going to spend 15 minutes a day starting new conversations. Maybe someone commented on your stuff on Facebook. Maybe someone commented on one of your videos you posted on TikTok or Instagram or YouTube Reels or whatever it might be. So then that's going to be a conversation starter. So someone that you haven't brought into your world yet, but they've knocked on the door because they've liked something, they've commented on something. So they've knocked on your door. They're like, hey, I like what you have, even if it's just a video. That's a new conversation. And then return messages would be going back to people that you're chatting with. Maybe you sent them an offer. Maybe you invited them to watch your live. Maybe you invited them to come into your group or whatever. You want to go back and follow up with them. So 30 minutes a day on relationship building is really important, because without relationships, you have no business, because relationships equal leads, customers, clients, whatever you might call them, because you want customers. You don't want consumers, because what's the difference? A consumer is someone who window shops. They watch people's videos. They may like it, but they may move on. A customer is someone who has come into your ecosystem. Maybe they've bought something, maybe they haven't bought something yet. They like your content. They engage in conversation with you. That's a customer, someone that is in your ecosystem versus a consumer. We start off with consumers and then we end up with customers. Hopefully that makes sense. Again, make sure that you're allocating enough time to complete your tasks. If you need, in your 15-minute increment thing, if you need more time, carve out, maybe fold this piece of paper into thirds. Carve out 3 hours. So then you have 12 15-minute segments. Maybe you need 3 hours. There's so much to online business. There's so much to learn along the way that it is nearly impossible for a course content creator to cover everything. And it can be, because if they were to cover everything, it would be incredibly overwhelming just because there's so much, right? There's just so much. So hopefully that was all helpful. Create a schedule, designate a workplace, pretend you're going to the office, treat your business as your own own employee. So be your best employee. Minimize distractions. Create a daily and weekly to-do list. Keep technologies to a minimum. Stay off of your phone unless it's designated phone time, and set goals. And if anyone is interested in the SMART Goals worksheet, I can get that for you if you'd like. So that was a quick recap. Yeah, so I will be back again on Friday talking about online business and how to maximize your productivity. Thank you for everyone.